Right now on Denver 7 News, it's 7 o'clock on Local 3. The countdown to November is on. We're breaking down all the big races from last night's primary.
A trip to Target turns dangerous for a 12-year-old girl.
I felt something on my butt. I was scared. I really don't like that guy.
Now police need your help to find out who grabbed her and other women.
And get ready for crowds out at the airport and plenty of traffic on the road. We're taking a look ahead at your 4th of July weekend travel forecast. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. I'm Jason Grenauer.
And I'm Jessica Crawford. Another warm day in store, but we do have some rain to look out for. Meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo joining us now with a look at the forecast.
Yeah, more so tomorrow. Today's going to be a pretty dry one. Very few isolated storms expected today. We'll get a few in the mountains later on, and I'll show you our futurecast coming up. But a pretty start. Already 73 degrees in Denver this morning. Little mix of sun and clouds this morning, and early on we're going to see some pretty nice conditions. But it warms up pretty early. Upper 80s by about 11. Low to mid 90s for highs today. We have Denver at right around 90 to about 95 depending on the neighborhood, and upper 70s to low 80s for the foothills. Evergreen 80, Bailey 74, Estes Park this afternoon 77. Now tomorrow afternoon, a better chance of storms. In fact, here's a look at our futurecast at about 3 o'clock on Thursday. The good news is this is after the parade and rally, but if you are planning on staying downtown through the afternoon, get ready for some wet conditions tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at our chance of storms for the holiday weekend coming up.
Just think of it this way. They're just helping out the street sweepers.
Exactly.
As they're going to need a good wash down after the parade and party downtown. You can see 270 already heavy getting past Vasquez on that westbound side. You can also see from just down the road here, I-25 going southbound from I-76. Very heavy stop and go traffic. The express lane obviously open. HOV if you have 3 or more people in the car, that would be free, but you're going to have to pay for it if you want to get into downtown a little bit quicker, because the drive times right now about a half an hour here, 20 minutes on I-76 and at least 15 minutes on 270. So it's busy out there, but thankfully very few problems to deal with anywhere you want to go. Obviously heavy around Parker Road. That's always a typical slow spot. If you hear about a stall down here by Ken Carroll, not a big deal for you here this morning, way over to the side.
Well, it was a good night for incumbents and a bad one for election deniers in our state's primary.
We start our coverage this morning with the race for Senate. Republican Joe O'Dea will take on Democratic incumbent Michael Bennet. In his victory speech, he called out the Democratic Colorado Super PAC, which had been running ads to prop up his opponent, Ron Hanks.
I got to tell you, this multi-million-dollar campaign by Democrats in the Republican primary is everything that American people hate about politics. It's pure cynicism. It's deceit.
O'Dea said he'll be an independent voice in the Senate who will stand up to members of his own party.
Republican Heidi Ganahl will take on Democratic incumbent Governor Jared Polis in November. Ganahl says she's ready.
And our kids are not okay right now in Colorado thanks to Jared Polis and Democrats. It is time for all of us to step together, to come together, to join together, to win back our state. Put aside the divisiveness. Put aside our differences. We have one goal now, and that is to beat Jared Polis this fall.
Now, Ganahl is facing a significant fundraising disadvantage. Governor Polis has nearly $4.7 million on hand, ready for the general election. All 4 of Colorado's incumbent members of Congress who faced primary challengers won their respective races. Diana DeGette, Lauren Boebert, Ken Buck, and Doug Lamborn. Pam Anderson is taking the Republican nomination for the Colorado Secretary of State. The former Jefferson County clerk and past head of the State Clerks Association beat out Mike O'Donnell and embattled County Clerk Tina Peters. She'll take on Democratic incumbent Jenna Griswold in November. And you can find the full list of results right now up on thedenverchannel.com.
A big focus driving people to the polls come November will be the economy, and we just got a startling forecast about inflation from CU's business school. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta joins us live with the breaking details.
Well, first off, this report comes from CU Boulder. It's called the Leeds Business Confidence Index, and it actually gives us some insight into what Colorado business leaders' expectations are on things like the national economy. So this report looks at 6 different categories. Those categories include state economy, national economy, industry sales, industry profits, industry hiring, as well as capital expenditures. In all 6 of those categories, business leaders said they had a bad outlook. This is as we head into quarter 3 of 2022. They said national economy looked the worst, but industry hiring actually looked the best here. There were also some top concerns from those who took part in this report, the biggest being inflation, like a lot of us. In our state, Colorado, business leaders project our inflation to increase nearly 8% this year. The good news is they also expect it to slow to about 3% next year. Now, when it comes to the impact, more than 70% of those who took part in the report said their businesses are having either moderate or significant impacts because of inflation. More than half said they plan to bump up pay for their employees to help with that higher inflation. Now, the report also said although personal income in Colorado has increased over years, it's only a very modest increase. And the word recession is something that we've heard a lot lately. It comes up in this report as well. That report said that 23% of those who took part actually believe we're in a recession right now. Another more than 50% believe we'll be in a recession within the next year. In Denver, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Veronica, thank you. This morning, police need your help finding this man accused of groping multiple young girls and women at a Denver shopping center. Police say that he's wanted on charges of unlawful sexual contact stemming from an incident Monday afternoon at the Tarmac Square shopping center.
Denver 7's CB Cotton spoke with one of the victims.
A Target trip led to moments of terror for this 12-year-old girl.
I was in shock. I was just on the verge of tears.
Alexa's parents have asked us not to show her face, but they do want to warn others about what happened on Monday, just before 4 p.m., here at the Target off of East Hampden Avenue in Denver.
I was planning with my friend to go to Target because we just wanted to spend more time together and I needed to grab some things.
But soon after she stepped inside, someone grabbed her.
I felt something on my butt.
Denver police have reviewed surveillance video and have identified this man as the suspect. Officers tell Denver 7 the man groped at least 3 people on Monday afternoon.
There was a lady crying saying that someone grabbed her, and I was like, so I wasn't the only person.
The suspect is now wanted for several charges of unlawful sexual conduct, behaviors that have forever changed this 12-year-old girl.
I was scared. I really don't like that guy.
CB Cotton, Denver 7.
A disturbing situation. Police are asking anybody who recognizes the suspect there on your screen to contact Metro Denver Crime Stoppers. That number is 720-913-7867. You can see it right now again on your screen. Police are offering a reward for information leading to an arrest.
The Adams 14 School District filed a lawsuit against the State Board of Education for removing its accreditation. The complaint accuses the board of abusing its power.
I mean, they're even bringing in school districts that they have no jurisdiction over in our case. They're not parties to our case in front of the State Board of Education. And so I think that when a judge takes a look at this, a judge is going to say, what in the world are you doing?
The decision to remove the district's accreditation followed years of poor academic performance and lower than average graduation rates. In a statement to Denver 7, the Board of Education said it does not comment on pending litigation.
We're approaching another holiday weekend. Once again, hundreds of thousands of Coloradans will hit the road or pack into planes this 4th of July. Denver 7's Colette Bordelon is live. And Colette, high gas and airline tickets aren't making people stay home.
Just try and keep Coloradans home over a long holiday weekend in the summer. You can't do it no matter the gas prices. And if you ask AAA Colorado, they'll tell you that this is actually going to be the second busiest travel period for the 4th of July weekend since the year 2000. The only year that tops it is 2019. And most Coloradans are choosing to hit the road despite those high gas prices you just mentioned. More than 780,000 Coloradans total will be traveling, with road trips leading that charge, even when the average price of gas in Colorado is just under $5 a gallon. That's 45% more expensive than gas was a year ago in Colorado. But choosing to...
Folks, though, are hitting the roads in record numbers. They do see their cars as a cost control mechanism. And by that, I mean they can decide where they go. They can decide where they pull in to stop. They can decide which restaurants they're going to go to. And as a function of that, even though gas is more expensive, it does allow Coloradans and Americans who are traveling to decide how they save.
If you are choosing to drive, the busiest days, those are going to be tomorrow afternoon and Friday afternoon. You're going to have to fight with all of those normal commuters that are out on the road who are trying to get home from work while you might be trying to travel. The best days to travel, those are going to be Sunday and Monday. And even though driving is hitting a record high this holiday weekend, flying is actually 10% down from 2019. One of those reasons people don't have to deal with delays or cancellations when they drive. Live in Denver, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Colette, thank you. The battle for Spirit Airlines is heating up again. The new offer JetBlue is putting in to compete with Denver-based Frontier.
And good luck getting this song out of your head. Blink-182's lead singer is talking about the tune bringing Avs fans together and if we might just see him at the parade tomorrow.